Ok, ¿y cómo te sientes? ¿Qué sientes esta noche?
No, me siento súper bien.
Súper, me encanta. Muchas expectativas de qué sucederá esta noche. Bueno, Fer, te tengo unas preguntitas. Cuéntanos un poco sobre ti, qué te gusta hacer, cuántos años tienes hijos, tienes familia, cuéntanos.
Tengo una niña, me gusta mucho el gimnasio, me
Ok.
gustan mucho los animales, compartir en familia. Eh, Tengo 32 años.
Ujú.
Mm,
Y cuéntanos, ¿cómo es ese amor, ese caballero que vienes buscando en la agencia? A ver.
No sé, pues vengo buscando como un caballero que me respete,
Ujú.
eh, que me quiera, que sea sincero, que respete a mi hija ante todo.
Claro que sí. Solo queremos hombres caballerosos,
Sí,
¿cierto?
queremos un caballero caballeroso.
Totalmente. Bueno, vamos a hacer unas preguntitas sorpresa. Vamos por la primera. Veamos qué nos sale. Yo te la leo. Suponiendo que ya estás en una relación, ¿cómo sorprenderías a tu pareja?
¿Cómo lo sorprendería?
Sí.
Yo soy una persona muy detallista.
Ok.
Me gustaría como llevarlo así a un lugar súper bonito, a cenar, un lugar tranquilo.
Ujú.
Soy como muy de esos planes.
Ok, me encanta. Vamos por la siguiente. Bueno, creo que esta ya la respondimos un poquito, pero profundicemos. ¿Practicas algún deporte? ¿Qué te gustaría aprender?
Yo voy al gimnasio y
Ujú.
me gustaría de pronto patinaje. Me
Ok,
gustaría aprender a patinar.
sí, yo siento que ese es un deporte demasiado cool. Pues es muy divertido, te ejercitas, pasas chévere. Vamos por nuestra última preguntita. Bueno, ta. Buscas en la agencia.
Busco un caballero para mí,
Ujú.
casarme, de pronto tener una familia, un hogar,
Ujú.
una persona a mi lado.
Es muy
Para,
importante para ti la familia.
sí, para mí muy importante la familia, siempre he priorizado la familia ante todo
¿Listo?
y eso es lo que busco.
Me encanta, súper bien. Bueno, caballeros, recuerden, ella es Fernanda. Buenas noches, caballeros. Hoy estamos con Jessica, ID 208722. Jessica, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, estoy súper bien, Ana. Feliz de estar aquí acompañándolos en el primer evento del año.
Sí, ese es
Sí.
nuestro primer evento. ¿Es tu primer evento? ¿Has venido antes?
No, es mi segundo evento
Ok.
y estuve aquí, si no estoy mal, en el 2022.
Ok.
Hacía mucho tiempo que no estaba por acá.
¿Y cómo te sientes esta vez? ¿Qué expectativas tienes?
Bueno,
Cuéntame.
no, estoy súper contenta de volverlos a visitar. La expectativa yo creo que todas tenemos, Ana, y es de encontrar la pareja ideal, el
Sí.
compañero ideal, que pueda estar pues con nosotros y que empiece como una linda historia de amor a
Claro.
partir de este momento.
Así es. Bueno, Jessica, cuéntanos un poco sobre ti. ¿Tienes hijos? ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Qué te gusta hacer? ¿A qué te dedicas?
Bueno, tengo 36 años. Vivo sola con mi hijo, somos un
Ok.
núcleo familiar muy pequeño, mi hijo tiene 11 años.
Ok.
Él estudia y yo me desempeño como comercial independiente para estar a tiempo completo con mi hijo.
Ok, súper.
Entonces es como un modelo muy tradicional acá en Colombia, que es la mamá independiente con sus micronegocios.
Sí.
Y ya.
Súper emprendedora.
Sí,
Me
sí, la
encanta.
verdad es que sí. De hecho, este año empecé marca de café
Sí.
y estoy con todo el rollo del café.
Ay, qué rico, café colombiano.
Sí, señora.
Bueno, Jessy, vamos a hacer unas preguntitas sorpresa que tenemos por acá.
Claro que sí.
Vamos a revolver esto. Saquemos la primera pregunta.
Ay, Jesús.
Veamos qué es. Que te la leo. Bueno, Jessy, la primera pregunta es, ¿qué aportarías a un matrimonio?
Jesús. Bueno, no, uno creo que dentro de un matrimonio se aporta además de cariño, amor, fidelidad, el tiempo y la dedicación, es el compromiso de uno saber que todos los planes son con mi pareja y que la proyección no es de manera individual, sino familiar en pro de ese futuro que queremos vivir.
Para
Pues,
construir juntos.
Como para construir ese proyecto de vida.
Ok.
Entonces, pues muchas veces somos como el eslabón débil económicamente, pero somos el eslabón fuerte en cuanto a amor, afecto, principios, unión familiar y ese impulso que necesitan todos los hombres.
Claro que sí, y más nosotros como mujeres colombianas que somos muy amorosas, muy románticas, me encanta.
Sí.
Vamos por la segunda preguntita.
Vale. Una, listo.
Listo. Dice, ¿qué detalles no materiales le darías a tu futuro esposo?
Bueno, una sorpresa en su cumpleaños, como celebrarle sorpresivamente su cumpleaños, visitarlo a la salida del trabajo con una cita, un postre, algo que a él le encante, sorprenderlo todos los días cuando llegue a casa. Sí, sea.
Veo que eres
como-
súper romántica.
Sí,
Me
sí.
encanta, qué linda. Vamos por nuestra última pregunta. ¿Listo? Dice, ¿a qué sitio irías a vivir una aventura?
Al mar, definitivamente. El mar me encanta y ojalá esos mares de Tailandia que son tan
Espectaculares.
exóticos, yo me iría a ver otros tipos de mares diferentes a los que ya conocemos acá en Colombia.
Sí, sí, me
Sí.
encanta, me encanta. El mar es delicioso, vivir esa experiencia en la playa,
En
relajada.
el ya, pues como en esos barcos en donde uno
Sí.
alquila como el tour para poder ir en yate a través de esas piedras.
¿Te gusta todo ese tema de navegar, todo eso?
Sí, digamos que intento caretear.
Ok.
Sí, muy beginners con mi hijo, o sea, muy
Ok.
inicial, pero amamos mucho el plan del mar, me parece
Qué
que
lindo.
es muy lindo, sí.
Bueno, caballeros, recuerden, ella es Jessica, su número de ID es 208722 y esperamos que pases una noche deliciosa.
Muchas gracias, Ana, por el tiempo.
A
¿Listo?
ti.
Adiós.
Hola chicos, ¿cómo están? Hoy estamos con Lady, su número es el 222231. Lady, cuéntanos cómo estás.
Muy bien, muchas gracias, gracias por invitarme, feliz de estar con ustedes.
Bueno, Lady, cuéntanos, este es tu primer evento, ¿has venido antes?
No es mi primer evento y todo se encuentra súper bonito, muchísimas gracias.
Ay, qué bueno, esperemos que esta vez la pases genial.
Muchas
Cuéntanos un poco sobre ti, qué te gusta hacer, cuántos años tienes.
Bueno, tengo 37 años, vivo en Medellín. Mis hobbies son leer, me encanta leer,
Ok.
viajar, comer rico y delicioso, me fascina. Y una persona que sea conversadora, o sea,
Ok.
que realmente tenga de qué hablar.
Ok, eso es el tipo de pareja que tú buscas,
Sí,
¿verdad?
una persona con la que se pueda hablar de absolutamente todo.
Ok, bueno, Lady, esperamos que la pases genial esta noche. Tenemos aquí unas preguntitas sorpresa para que veamos qué nos sale. Saca una preguntita.
Una.
Listo. Veamos qué dice. Si un caballero te invite a pasear, ¿te gustaría más la montaña o la playa?
Yo digo que los dos son conceptos diferentes, igual los
Ok.
disfrutaría, me encanta la naturaleza, entonces para mí los dos lugares son maravillosos.
Ok, esta pregunta va apenas para ti que te encanta viajar.
Sí, me
Sí.
encanta viajar.
Bueno, sacamos otra preguntita, a ver.
Bueno. Está.
Listo. Suponiendo que ya estás en una relación, ¿cómo sorprenderías a tu pareja?
Pues soy una persona mucho de dar sorpresas. ¿Cómo lo sorprenderíamos? Yo digo que hay varios tipos en que podemos sorprender las personas.
Sí.
Una, no importa si es una fecha especial, haría todo, pues conocería primero la persona, cómo sería y cuáles son los gustos. Soy muy romántica, entonces
Me
creo
encanta.
que lo haría muy romántico.
Sí.
Y lo otro, hacer algo que no se esperara.
Ok,
No soy mucho
sorprenderlo.
Sorpresa, sí.
Listo, me encantan así estas chicas románticas que sorprenden. Vamos por nuestra última preguntita.
Ay,
Dale, tranquila, no te preocupes. Bueno, la última pregunta dice, ¿qué tipo de persona te parece atractiva?
A mí me parece atractivo un hombre respetuoso,
Ok.
un hombre que sepa lo que quiere, para dónde va y que sea un caballero, ante todo.
Estos hombres caballerosos son los que nos encanta tener, ¿cierto? Bueno, chicos, recuerden que ella es Lady, su número es el 222231.
Muchas gracias.
Hello, hello, and good evening from Colombia. Welcome to our live webcast. As usually on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, I'm here to answer your live questions. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Maria. I'm your host for tonight. And yeah, welcome from the World Cup, I would say, all around the world. We are playing soccer. And yeah, Colombia is already won yesterday. So it was a big party yesterday here. I know the United States is already qualified. Germany is already qualified. So yeah, it's going really well. Very happy for all the teams. And yeah, it has been a great experience so far. So I don't know how you guys in the United States that tuning in from tonight, how you experiencing it there. How is the atmosphere? How is it to have a World Cup at home? I had one in 2006 in Germany, and it was an amazing experience. I think it was one of the best summers of my life. It was just really, really, really cool. Like everybody was super happy, and it was a big party, and yeah, it was a lot of energy really going on. So yeah, I hope you guys having a great time and a great World Cup right now. We're enjoying it very much here from Colombia. We were suffering a little bit, but yeah, Colombia qualified. There's another game still, and after 2 games, so that's amazing. So yeah, it really is, everybody's talking about it and people get together, watch it together, groups, public viewing. So it's a really cool, really, really cool. We had elections here as well in Colombia last Sunday. So I don't want to go much into politics because if you're interested, you can read more about it. It's a very complex thing, the politics in Colombia. It's very difficult for me. It's not only black and white. If you want an opinion from my side, it's not only black and white. It's not only one party or the other. For me, this is more like a human, we're humans and we need to find solutions to our problems thing. And I don't know, I don't think it's one or the other way always. And it's not always one is bad or the other is bad, or one is better or whatever, right? It's about finding the best, what is best for the country. So yeah, we will see. We will see. We have a new president. He's called the Tiger. It's not yet. I think they're still counting the votes one more time. And then I think in November will be the change. But yeah, it seems like he's called the Tiger, and that's the nickname. It's not me. I didn't give him that name. So, and yeah, so people are excited. Abelardo de Espriella. One part of the country is excited, the other not. It's very split in the middle, like it's very 50-50. The country is unfortunately very divided. And so, yeah, that is the political situation. But there's a change of presidency. And yeah, we will see what happens in the next couple of years. Yeah. So that is what's going on here right now, elections and World Cup, basically. And also summer. I mean, here's always summer. It's always warm. It's always beautiful. But summer vacations are on right now. So we're basically entering high season right now. There's a lot of people traveling, not only in Colombia, obviously around the world. It's summer. It's June, July, August. It's usually a very beautiful time of the year. It doesn't rain a lot right now. We have a called thing also here, little summer, because usually the rainy season is from June to December. But it's in every city different, every area different, and every part of Colombia different. But here at the coast right now, there's a thing also called like Little Summer. And so in June, July, there's like a month and a half where it doesn't rain. The sun comes out, there's a breeze, the sun comes out. The sun is always out in Colombia. Like there can be some clouds when it's a rainy season, but usually you see sun every day. And so, yeah, but the sun is very like it's blue sky and no clouds, and there's a lot of breeze, and it's like very nice. And I love the rainy season too. So don't get me wrong, I love all the seasons here. It's always very beautiful. The rainy season, everything is very green and just very lush, and it's very nice. And it doesn't rain all day long. It rains just a couple of hours a day, and then sometimes or mostly during the nights, like every day. But you can also enjoy Colombia all over, like all year long. It's a really beautiful, and every, as I said, every region is a little bit different. So yeah, I hope you can visit. It's a great time to visit. Colombians are just great people. I always talk about that. And if you watch this here, then you are interested in dating somebody maybe from Colombia or in Latin America. So just let me know. We have ways how to meet some featured girl one more time. Alejandra, you already saw 2 of our interviews before I came online, and so, or live online. I was already here, but live, let's say, and before you saw me. But we have another interview for you prepared tonight, which is Jennifer 226511, and we have our featured girl, Alejandra 227188. I already showed her 2 weeks ago the video, but I would like to show it again because she's very nice, and we also, like, want her to find somebody, a really nice man, hopefully, if you see it. And if you have a friend that is maybe still single and you think that he could be a good match, please let him talk to us so that we can get the 2 in touch and hopefully match them, because that is what we love to do. We love to match people, and we love to match internationally. So yeah, so I'm very excited about that. We also have, let me see, we also have topic of the day, which is a little bit like red flags that could be yellow flags. Not everything is black and white. And so, yeah, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I'm sure you're going to have some questions afterwards. And also, if we still have time, going to show you a couple new profiles as well. And we're going to talk about our executive elite club service. I get a lot of questions from you guys. And I get a lot of inquiries this and last week. So it seems like people are wanting to date seriously and going into the longer programs. And that's great, because sometimes, you know, the shorter programs are also great, but always good to go a little bit deeper, you know? So if you have the possibilities, it's a little bit more expensive, our elite club service it's called, but it's a very nice, very successful and very great service I'm going to talk about hopefully a little bit later. But let me see if you have already a question or maybe you want to say something. Colombia has a new president. That's correct, Mr. Dana is saying. Yes. Kata is saying, I've only seen 1 soccer game in my life, Colombia versus Brazil in 2024. Wow, well, that is a really good game. How was that? That's really cool. Colombia keeps winning at the World Cup. Moondog is saying, yes, Moondog. Colombia keeps winning at the World Cup. We're super happy. Lady, she kind of reminds me of Katharina Zeta-Jones, Cyrus is saying. So yeah, get in touch with her. Cyrus, optional. You can reach out to her. You can meet her. We do this so that you get in touch with the ladies, that you don't find excuses why not. We have different options how to meet them. It can be in a video call, like I do this right now. I'm connected in a Zoom call with you guys, so you can do something similar with her. You can write her a message. You can write her a message through our system, through your account. You can just go on her profile and click on write me a letter. And then you just click there and then you write her a letter. That is a cost involved to write her. We have translators that send the letter to her, translate it to her, send you her profile, your profile. And so it's not for free. This is a matchmaking company, but we are here to help you to connect. That's the idea, that you two can connect, that you can find real matches, and that you hopefully travel as soon as possible to Colombia or to any of the other countries that we have, where we have a lot of very nice, very professional, educated, beautiful single ladies that really want to meet a good person. So, and I hope you guys, you make it happen. I hope you can travel. I hope you can meet, and maybe some advice if you do, you know, like join one of our programs. If you want, you can also do it totally. Say, I go alone on to Colombia and I'm going to meet somebody, and that is probably possible. People are approachable here. If you don't speak the language, can be sometimes a little bit tough. And also depends on the cities where you are at right now, like cities like Medellin. Women are not as approachable anymore because it is like what happens in lots of the other places in the world as well. The women are very nice, very beautiful, and a lot of men travel there. And so the woman wants something serious. They're a little bit tired. Obviously, there are women that are not serious too, right? There's men and women that are serious and men and women that are not serious. So I don't want to say, oh, all the women are serious. No, but there's a lot of women that do want to meet somebody and not just, date, have fun for a couple of days and that's it. Like they want to have a relationship and want a man that commits. I'm not saying you cannot date. Obviously you can date. That's the idea, is to date to find the right one, right? You have to meet a couple of people. You have to make a couple of connections, especially when you come from so far away. So it's a good idea. I mean, to meet a couple while you are here, but I'm not saying like just come for fun and short term and that's it. No, like the idea is to date a couple for a long-term goal, right? That would be ideal. And also if you date a couple of women for a couple of weeks, let's say, you also get to know them more, right? Because if you might go too quickly with one person, you might get disappointed because the intentions were maybe not as serious. And also you have to keep in mind that this culture is a very friendly culture. The people do not want to offend you at all. They avoid conflict as much as possible and confrontation as much as possible. So usually they try to be very nice, very polite, very positive, very smiling, very friendly. And sometimes you cannot understand if that is just friendship, if that is something more, or if they're just very nice, because they are, and so just that you keep that in mind, that it's not necessarily that you think that or sometimes they say all the right things, and they tell you everything you would like to hear. Also, I don't want to make it sound like if this is manipulation. No, it's just like the people are very nice people. So, and it's a very polite way how to treat each other. And so you might not always read the signs well, and the way of communication is also a little bit different. So just keep that in mind, that are some challenges where you might run into, and me and all my staff is here to help you, with cultural advice, with everything that is related to dating, because it is complex. It's not that easy. And there's a lot of things that one learns on the way, and especially when you, as I said, dating in your own culture is not always easy. Understanding a woman is not easy. I know you guys are sometimes like, what language are you women talking? What is it, what you want from us? And so, yeah, that is sometimes difficult for you to understand, and as a man, and believe me, the dating here is a little bit different too. So yeah, just keep that in mind, and that's why we're here. That's why we are here to give you advice. That's why there are real people working in an office and have a real place, where we can attend you and the woman and make you feel very safe and secure and help you along the way, right? Because also safety, you have to keep in mind. In the big cities and cities like Medellin, you have to be careful. And I'm not a person that is afraid, and I go everywhere. But in the Medellin, you can go like everywhere, not in every neighborhood, but I mean, I travel a lot and I'm not afraid usually. But when it comes to dating, and if you go with people you have not met and they all seem very nice, you cannot trust everybody, and you cannot trust everybody right away. And you have to be careful not to put yourself in a vulnerable situation. So if you avoid that, then you will be probably fine. But I would still recommend you using a matchmaking dating company, that helps you meeting people, just to be safe, because we know the drivers, we know the restaurants, we know the hotels, we have the tour agencies, we know the woman, we have a passport of everybody, or an ID. We run her through the police system, the same with you. We know who she is, we have a phone number, as I said, ID, family contacts, social media. So you're not going to go with a stranger, complete stranger on a date, right? There's a help there, like a safety net, let's put it like that. So, and I would not underestimate that safety net and the connections and everything AFA has built for 30 years, 31 years now, in the different cities and offices where we operate. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. And that's why we're here. And that's why I'm answering your questions tonight, because I want to help you and to want you to be successful in that whole thing and also to stay safe. Terence and Mario and Mike, I'm getting back. Medellin is fine as long as you don't get wasted and keep guard up, just like any country. I agree with you, Mikkel. Just don't get wasted. That is a very good. Don't drink too much. Don't go to party spots where you don't know anybody alone. Don't walk alone. It's in the street, you know, at night. Totally by yourself. Like Medellin is a great city. I love Medellin. I feel very safe in Medellin. I'm not scared of Medellin. I'm just saying, like, but I'm not dating in Medellin, right? So I'm not meeting totally foreigners, that strangers, and that might have other intentions. So there you have to be a little bit careful, because you all guys have heard about the poisoning in nightclubs and stuff like that the women do to the men in Medellin, not the other way around. So you have to watch your drinks, and that's why it's a good advice to not get wasted and not drink, you know, like don't leave your drink somewhere there and just look for an hour in the other direction, because you don't know, somebody could put something in and then take advantage of you. As I said, it's a great city, beautiful city, but yeah, vulnerable situations and avoiding and common sense. So I don't want to make any panic. On the contrary, I want you all to come. I always promote Medellin. I always promote all Colombia, but just want you to be careful just to go anywhere and just go, you know, you don't really know. So that's why, as I said, that's why we're here and help you with women that we have verified. Terence is asking, hi Maria, if I wanted to do the Barranquilla tour but also go to Cartagena and meet some ladies, how would that work? Terence, that is super easy, because you can just go by bus to Cartagena. There are shuttle services, like vans, that go every 20 minutes from Barranquilla to Cartagena and from Barranquilla to Santa Marta, and also from Cartagena to Santa Marta. So that is the route. They go every 20 minutes. And so you can just jump on that van, and I put you in contact with Lady, our manager and matchmaker in the Cartagena office, and then she can set up some introductions for you. Price point is that when you join a tour, you don't have to pay the office fee, which you usually pay for individual introductions, which is 150 US. So if you are a tour client and while you are on the tour want to go on dates in Cartagena, you just pay per introduction. So the women from Barranquilla, obviously all the introductions are included because you're part of the Barranquilla tour. But if you go to Cartagena, as I said, we waive the office fee for you, and you only pay for the introductions. So you pay per date. So for example, if you want to meet 3 women, then you just pay for 3 individual introductions. Let me see if you have anything else to ask it. Will Chase, I'm attending the tour next month in Barranquilla. Very excited. Will, I'm also very excited. It's cool. I love Barranquilla, and it's a beautiful city, a beautiful dating. Everything is great in Barranquilla. I don't know. It's just a very laid back city. Very hot though, but it's very beautiful. And the river is there. The ocean is there. The ocean is like 15, 20 minutes away. The river is right there, 5 minutes. And it's very nice in Barranquilla. So yeah, you're going to have a great time. And Melanie is going to take very good care of you ladies as well. She will be there. So yeah, very excited. Mario, hi Maria, I sent you an email, but not sure I have your direct email. I did have a video call with Linda today, and she was very helpful. Thank you. Yes, Mario, she told me that she talked to you today, that you had a video call, that you wanted to come soon. I did get your email, but I'm sorry, I was just spammed. That's the wrong way. But I got a lot of emails that I have to still reply to, so I'm really running a little bit behind. I'm really sorry. But yeah, I saw your message, and I'm very happy that Linda took already care of you and already talked to you. She already talked to me about it today and told me that you were in a video call together today. Bunit, I didn't see any danger in any part of Colombia. Where are you, Bunit? Hi. I walked around Medellin aimlessly quite a bit. No, guys, I don't want to at all. You can walk in Medellin. You can walk in Medellin at daytime anywhere. It's a very like the Poblado area. There are lots of areas in Medellin that are very safe. So don't get me wrong. I don't want you to, as I said, like in Colombia in general, I feel that you are very safe in a lot of the areas in the cities, and especially where our offices are. I just wanted to point out to be careful when it comes to dating, and you're in a discotheque, for example, in a bar, or on a dating app where you don't know the person. But in general, I was just trying to point that out. But in Colombia, I feel also very safe, and I don't want you to be afraid because I want you to come here. So thank you for pointing that out, guys. And yes, I also think it's a place that you can feel very safe. But still, common sense, and especially bigger cities, not like waving your phone, taking out money everywhere. Like in Bogota, for example, people don't really take out the phone on the street. Like if you want to talk on your phone, and you go usually somewhere inside of the restaurant, inside of a shop or a pharmacy or something like that. So some common things, because, phones are an easy target. So let me see. Why we don't put new videos of the socials? I see old videos of older socials. I don't know. By Real Reefs, I don't really know, because we have obviously new footage. So I think we're just mixing it up a little bit and showing a little bit from everything. But yeah, we have social footage from our last tour in Medellin, obviously. And yeah, I think we already showed you last week also a couple of interviews and also some social footage of it. But yeah, we're going to put some more new on, and also we're going to have more in a couple of weeks. So don't worry about it. There's always updated content. If we're going to add tours to Bogota or Cali, I'm not sure, Crazy 8, if we're going to add tours to Bogota or to Cali, because we need a lot of profiles before we can actually do a tour, because you know that our socials are very big. So we usually, we can do smaller socials, and actually we're thinking about doing more socials, smaller socials, and change a little bit maybe the dynamic for next year. We are not really sure yet. We will see what we do, but I do think smaller socials are not necessarily bad. I do think actually for everybody, sometimes you feel more comfortable, because sometimes you guys say it's too much. And so I want to also hear that. I don't really see it as a complaint, but if too much can be a complaint as well. Too many women can be a complaint, can be also a compliment, a good, but also can be. And so I think there's some people benefit also from a little bit smaller environment and a little bit more private environment. So we will see. But yeah, Bogota and Cali, I'm not sure. We just added a tour in Mexico for August. So in case that you want to do that. But yeah, Cali and Bogota, I don't think so, because we do need a lot of more profiles still in these cities. But what we always can do, if you go, for example, to Medellin, or if you go to one of our other tours in Colombia, we can always ask if the women are open to travel. And to meet you in that city. Or maybe if you're already in the country, Bogota is closed, Cali is closed, we can definitely set you up on introduction. So while you are going on a Medellin tour, for example, go for 2-3 days to Bogota and meet somebody there, that's definitely possible. Or go to Cali. It's very close, like it's not even a 1 hour flight or 1 hour flight from Medellin. And the same from the coast, it's 1 hour 15 or something. And the flights are pretty cheap. Like, so I think for $150 round trip, you can go there, then you explore a new city and you can meet somebody. So that wouldn't be a problem. So I think the woman Barranquilla is the spot. It's not dangerous. It's beautiful, and all the women are beautiful. Yes, I love Barranquilla as well. I love all the cities. So I don't want to. Cartagena is also amazing. I love Cartagena too. I lived there for a long time. But Barranquilla, I do think you have the fact that there's not so much tourism, because Cartagena and Medellin are more touristy places, and the fact that it's not as touristy, gives it more the local vibe. I don't know how to say it differently. So for me, it's a very beautiful and very attractive spot. And for dating, I think it's a very nice city. The women are very professional, educated. Lots of our English speakers are as well in Barranquilla. So yeah, I think you will like it there. So let me go into our featured girl for a second so that I show you that featured girl video one more time. Remember, the featured girl you can write for free. Yeah, you don't have to pay. The first letter is for free, so you don't have to pay for that. So if you get a negative reply, then this is what it is. Then you got it, but you tried, you know. And if you get a positive reply, that's perfect. Then you can get to know her, and then you start paying. But the first message is for free, and just try to reach out to her and see if you her type. You know, she's a great girl. She's a doctor in Medellin. Her ID is 227188 and her ID is Alejandra. So you need to be registered. You have to have a photo on your profile and you have to verify your email address so to be able to use that feature. So make sure that you register, that you confirm your email, that you upload a photo, and that is confirmed. Okay. And so let me show you that interview, Alejandra 227188.
Hola a todos, soy Alejandra, tengo 33 años, vivo en Medellín, Colombia, soy médica y trabajo en medicina del sueño. Estoy aquí porque estoy buscando a mi futuro esposo.
What are your hobbies?
Sí, practico yoga, pilates y voy al gimnasio todas las semanas. Yo amo los animales, en especial los perros. Tengo un perro que se llama Benji y es mi adoración.
Do you have a visa?
Sí, tengo visa, me encanta Estados Unidos y he viajado mucho.
Do you like cooking?
Bueno, no soy fan de cocinar, pero actualmente estoy aprendiendo y me gusta mucho la comida mexicana y la italiana.
Do you have children?
No tengo hijos, pero me gustaría tener 1 o 2, pero es la voluntad de Dios.
What is your ideal man like?
Mi hombre ideal es un hombre que es conforme al corazón de Dios, un hombre que es respetuoso, generoso, protector, proveedor, con inteligencia emocional, que me ame profundamente y quiera construir una familia conmigo.
What is your best quality?
La cualidad que más me identifica es la empatía. Me considero una persona muy empática.
What is your favorite city?
Sin duda sería París. Amo París, me parece una ciudad súper mágica.
Do you like dancing?
A mí me encanta bailar, sobre todo salsa, pero no acostumbro a irme de fiesta, club, pero sí me encanta bailar.
What do you do in your free time?
Bueno, en mis tiempos libres me gusta ir al cine, hacer deporte, viajar, conocer restaurantes bonitos, pasar tiempo con mi familia.
What makes you happiest?
Lo que realmente me hace feliz es ayudar a los demás. Esto me hace sentir muy plena.
Would you like to live abroad?
Bueno, actualmente vivo en Colombia, pero me encantaría vivir en un lugar que tenga mar.
What would your ideal date be like?
Bueno, mi cita ideal sería en un restaurante o un lugar tranquilo donde podamos conectar y conocernos y crear conexiones realmente profundas. Chao.
So you guys, I hope you're going to take advantage of the feature girl feature that we have on the website and reach out to Alejandra and meet her. And yeah, hopefully we can match you. And as I said, if you have any friend maybe that you think of, somebody say, oh, this would be the guy, then please let me know. You have my email address here as well. It might take me a moment to get back to the email, but I reply usually to all the emails. But yeah, sometimes as I have several email inboxes, it takes me a while to get back to everybody. And unfortunately, my phone is always ringing. And so, yeah, it takes me sometimes a couple of days. So yeah, but I will get back to you if you send me an email. You can reach out to us. You can also reach out to our team in the Phoenix office via phone as well, via email as well. You can write to front desk at lovememail.com, for example, and you can also call us at 602-553-8178. So in case you need to talk urgently, and also can leave always a voice message, we also try to call you back, okay? And if not, then call us again. Please, okay, don't give up. We try to get as back as possible, as soon as possible to everybody. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, Maria Alejandra, and as I said, get to know her a little bit. I will talk a moment about the red flags. I think that could be beneficial that we talk about that usually red flags in this country, and that could be yellow flags, and also some of things where you guys get frustrated and sometimes give up. Because sometimes I talk to you guys and you had a good experience in the beginning, and then it's like, no, and nothing worked out, and there was nobody, and then that happened, and then you stop talking to each other. But I know there was often a good match or a good connection there. But sometimes then through cultural differences that are not easy to overcome if two people don't really know each other, don't speak the language really, and are far away. So these three factors usually affect a lot. So yeah, let me talk about the red flags and then my opinion a little bit about it, and then we can discuss it. If you want to have any comments, let me know. Questions, let me know. So asking men for money, this isn't a red flag, it's cultural. So starting with that. So please, if you see a woman that asks for money, it's normal, right? I'm not saying it's good. As I said, it could be yellow flag. I'm not saying it's good. It's just cultural. It's just normal. Women ask men for money here all the time. And the men, the local Colombian men, give money to the women all the time, or give them something that they need. It doesn't have to be necessarily money, but sometimes it can be buying some drugs in the pharmacy. Sometimes it's buying her the groceries, right, and paying for that. Sometimes it's in I don't know, pay for her hair, whatever. If you would date in the United States next door, let's say, you would take that woman out probably also on dinners, and you would probably pay for that dinner. So that money, what you usually would spend on a dinner in the United States, you also have to keep that in mind. Long distance here, the woman needs to feel some kind of support and that you are there. I'm not saying that this has to be in the beginning after the first date. I'm not talking about that, right? But it's normal, like they don't really, and it's not like in my country people would get offended, probably in the United States it's similar. But here, no, it's just normal, and you can say no as well. You don't have to say yes. And what a lot of people do is, like, if, I don't know, say I need $200, right? And you just met her and you don't want to give her $200 because that's understandable. Maybe you don't want to. You can say, hey, I can help you with 50. I can help you with 70, right? I cannot help you with the 200 right now. But next time when I come, let's go and do something nice, whatever. But here I help you with this right now. So you can communicate this, and you don't have to feel obligated to send money. And you also shouldn't get abused, right? Obviously, you shouldn't be taken advantage of. There's a line between one and the other, right? I'm not saying you're going to pay and send money and nothing, like that for months and years. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, when you have a relationship with somebody, or you're starting to date somebody for a couple of weeks in a month, at some point this will come up, and the woman also tests you. I see that a lot, because the woman wants somebody who's often generous, just like, I'm not saying like you have to be spending everything on her. No, but not somebody who's looking at every cent. So if she needs help, she's testing that a little bit, because you also have to keep in mind, she also is going to has to rely on you in the future. And how can she trust you? How can she know that she can rely on you if you haven't proven it to her? That's her thinking. I'm not saying it's right, it's wrong, it's good, it's bad. It's just like her thinking. I had relationships breaking up because she said, if he's not going to be able to take care of me while I'm here, how can I know that he's going to do that when I'm there and I depend on that, As I said, I'm not justifying, I'm just trying to clarify and things I hear and get, but it has to be a balance, right? It has to be not overspending. It has to be like a balance, like being a supportive man, I would say. And if you feel that this is every week, and every week she's asking and asking and asking and asking and asking and asking, obviously no, right? Or if there's an emergency, that can happen as well. Sometimes that is an excuse. Sometimes they make something up to get money. But, you're going to feel if the emergency is every week, then you're going to realize. So if that obviously happens, no, cut it off, right? But if you have a relationship and you talk about future plans and starting a family and, like getting more serious about the whole thing, she also might expect a little bit help from you, maybe paying the electricity bill, maybe paying the water bill in her house, it doesn't have to be big things, but just that she needs to feel that there's a man at her side. So it's normal to help a woman here. It's normal. And solve a problem for her. That's also normal. But yeah, as I said, there's limits and there's a time for everything. So yeah, be aware if there's an abuse, if it's taking advantage, then it's obviously not good. It's not supporting the whole princess treatments and lies and deceit and all of that. Yeah. As I said, it can be an emergency. I was robbed. I lost my phone. But if this week she got robbed, next week her grandmother died, and next week she needs to move an apartment because she cannot pay for the rent, yeah, then that going to sum up, right? That's you're going to feel that, you're going to see it. So yeah, be aware of that. Also, don't overdo it. If you help her with money, don't overdo it. Like, don't buy her a car right away, like go slowly. And you would laugh now but I have a couple of guys, you not necessarily buy the whole car, but help with something for the car, which I also don't think is a bad thing. Like, why not helping her to move forward in her life, right? But once the relationship is solid, right? This is not when you just started dating. It's not about something to talk about in the couple of first weeks, in my opinion. So there's a time for everything. Yeah. Communication is very different from what you guys are used to, and sometimes you get very confused with that. And because you are, for example, from the United States, if, for example, you write there and the woman does not respond, you usually don't write a second or third time. Maybe you write a second time, but you would not probably write again, because if she doesn't respond, it's because she's not really interested. Or also people take some time to get back, it's a different way of writing. Here, it's normal if she doesn't respond, and if she doesn't respond right away. Or if she responds very shortly and very brief, it's not very expressive, like yes, no, okay, tomorrow, those things. That is also cultural. It's more like a chatting thing. It's not so much like I write long text messages or something like that. And they also might never make the first move. Like, if you expect that she writes you and that you get she writes you first and reaches out to you first, then this is not going to happen. Like, some women do, like when the connection is there and you write every day, then women also reach out to you. But the first times and for a couple of weeks, it might be that you're the one initiating, that you're the one trying, that you're the one, seducing her, let's say. Like, it's a little bit of an effort you guys sometimes have to do, to get her attention. It's not like, oh, everybody's available and everybody's just there. No. And the women are also busy. You have to see, they manage their lives. They're very with the family. They work long hours. The traffic is horrible in a lot of the cities, so they come home late. When they're at work, sometimes they cannot use the phone, so they have to reply quickly. Sometimes they are in a place where they cannot reply because they are in the middle of the street and cannot take out the phone, and so things like that. So just keep in mind that they're also busy, and sometimes quick and short communication is also normal. So don't really put too much pressure on her. Try to understand where she comes from and also adapt to her way of communicating, and also communicate about it. Hey, we have two different ways, or I don't like it if that happens, or it makes me feel, I don't know, you haven't replied. Are you, and as I said, like, don't pressure too much. Just be a friend, talk actively daily, if possible. And as I said, it doesn't have to be long messages. Here, it's not like, oh, we write one long message and then we wait a couple of days until one gets back. No, it's like every day a little bit, every day a little bit, and giving her attention. Giving attention is super important. The most important thing. How you give attention with messages, details, words, compliments, being there, like constantly checking in with her. That's how you give attention. Women here love details, gifts, little gifts. Money is as a gift, is part of the gifting part. society. So it's cultural gifting. So things like good morning, good night, nice things whenever you can. How was your lunch? How's your day going? Send a picture. They love getting pictures. Send a picture. Hey, I'm here at work. Hey, I'm going to the grocery store. Hey, this is how the bread looks here, whatever, anything that is like different in your culture than her culture, because that's things you can connect to, with each other. Okay, then the next point is jealousy. So the women are very jealous and don't trust. So be aware of that. So they might question you. They might not believe you. They think you might not say the truth, because it's cultural. It's also cultural. They don't trust not everybody right away, and not men here too much, because the men are very seductive, and they are very, like they know how to talk and how to seduce a woman, and they will always have multiple women. And so often, not always, I cannot generalize, but often men here have several women they have relationships with, and so the women are very jealous, and sometimes they don't trust you, so it might take you a while so that the trust is built up. And so if you can send pictures, or I'm here with my friends, or if you're in a relationship, if you just started dating, then it's more casual. But if you're in a relationship, and you have the long distance, then just try to show her where you are. Hey, this is my family. Here, I'm here with my friend. Hey, I'm here alone, whatever, right? Here, I'm eating pizza, whatever. But as much as you can include her in your life and show her, or do a quick video call, even if you don't do the language, know the language, just say hi for a moment, send her a kiss, I'm thinking of you. And that's cute, like they love when you check in with them. Details, we talked about that already. Details, they always ask for a thoughtful man, thoughtful, detail-oriented gentleman. That's what I get in the when they do the profiles, when they create their profile. They always, when you ask about what kind of man they're looking for, then it's always a detail-oriented gentleman, a thoughtful man, somebody who is sorry, I just read my notes here. A thoughtful man is not necessarily somebody who just provides money and possessions. That's not necessarily just because you're rich and have money and maybe give that to her. That's also thoughtful, obviously, because you care about her. But a thoughtful man is usually that a man that wins her heart with attention to small, simple, and sometimes even inexpensive details, and constantly. So a manicure, a lunch that is delivered to her home, with the pride to surprise her, or breakfast on a Sunday morning that you deliver to her home. There are apps like Uber Eats, Rappi, etc. that you can use. Flowers, a chocolate, a little letter, a little photo. Remember the anniversary. Those things, those are thoughtful men, thoughtful gestures that women appreciate. It's not a red flag if she is attracted to somebody with an age difference, right? It's not necessarily because some of you say, oh, dating younger, or if she's dating an older guy. Sometimes I say that as well, that there's a reason, but it's not necessarily a red flag at all. No, and it's not necessarily about money. Like obviously there's a safety, secure thought behind it. Because if there's an age difference and the man is a little bit older, the woman knows that she's probably taken care of, protected, and safe. And so there is a unconscious part of her, or even a conscious part of her, that decides about that. But also women are looking for stability, mature emotional stability, maturity of the way of thinking, leadership, somebody who knows what he wants in life. And here the men usually live at home until they get married. And so the women are preferring sometimes to date a man a little bit older, because if the man is in his 20s and 30s, she considers him probably that he's not yet there, because here that's often the case. The man is still like living with a family, still living with mom, still, like a little bit spoiled. So when the man is a little bit older, he has a little bit more maturity and knows a little bit more, as I said, leadership, the peace of mind, respect, that he makes her feel more special, that he's not going to cheat on her, and going to value her more, and also to envision a future together. So it's not a red flag So that you just keep that in mind. And it's not necessarily, oh, it's all transaction, it's all money, it's all Visa. No, it's not. It's just like with everything that's going to an extreme and where you just feel that there's a certain, taking advantage, then you have to be careful with that. But yeah, so that are yellow flags. So asking for money is not necessarily a red flag. If she communicates poorly and just briefly and just shortly is not necessarily a red flag. It can be something that there's not enough connection, but it can be also cultural, as I said. Jealousy is not necessarily a red flag. Somebody who wants details, is not necessarily a red flag. And also somebody who dates older is not necessarily a red flag. So just that you keep that in mind, there is a nuance and there's a balance, and it's good that you look at that. And if you have questions, we are here. Okay. So let me see if you have any other questions. It should be a balance between a man and a woman. Yes, Rodolfo, I agree with you. Both have to communicate, and if both are excited about each other, that will usually happen. But there is a dating seducing game. It's a game. It's not it's not, I don't know if it's a game, but it's like when you see the birds, for example, the birds that have those beautiful red feathers, where the man is often very beautiful, the feathers they are very colorful, and the men do the dances and they impress the woman and they do all the things, so it's a little bit like that. It's a seducing game. It's like, here I am and I'm the man and I'm doing this for you and I'm catering to you, and that's the woman wants to feel special and not just wanting to feel granted, and so it's a balance. But the guy part, the man part in dating is more active than the woman part here. It's more traditional. It's more what you guys are used to, how it was in the old days. So remember how it was in the old days, opening the door, bringing some flowers, asking about mom, asking for permission, asking for her to be your girlfriend. It's very old fashioned. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. Let me see. I see it as different relationship. A woman should not pay all the meals for a man. Same goes for a man. They should not be paying everything for the woman, what the woman sees in front of them. Rodolfo, no, but yes. No, the man should not be paying for everything that the woman sees and wants, and especially right away. No. But in this culture, yes, the man is usually who takes care of the financial part of usually nearly everything. Doesn't mean that the woman doesn't work, but the money, for example, if she works, is usually like she uses that for her family, for her mom, whatever her nails. But also, the man is still kind of is the provider. And obviously, if you're married, then the income of the family is the income of the family, right? But the financial part is on the man and is for mostly everything. Like, I mean, some women who do make a little bit more money, because there are women that make some money, because you also have to keep in mind, if you're dating in the US where both men and women are on the same level of income, it might be a little bit different. But here, it's not the same level of income. She's never really going to be able to earn the same as you're going to earn. So it's not a balance, right? And so with the local man here, it's a little bit different, but the women also have children early on here. And so they take care of the family. They are pregnant. They have the babies, So the financial part is on the man. I cannot say it really differently, but you shouldn't get taken advantage of. Yes. Do you guys offer individual introductions outside of Medellin, Cartagena, Barranquilla? For example, ladies in the border of Venezuela. Is it possible to meet Venezuelan ladies? It would be really cool to travel there, even enter Venezuela. Though I'm not sure due to instability of the region. So let me get to you with that. So yes, you can definitely do introductions outside of the main cities. You can do basically introductions in most of the cities, and also at the borders of Venezuela. So that is possible because there's cities like Cucuta that are there you can meet women, and for example, it's easy for them to travel there. I don't know how it is currently for you as an American to travel to Venezuela. I do know that there are some travel influencers I follow, for example. They have been lately to Venezuela for a couple of weeks, but I still do think it would be good to have somebody there that connects you there. I have a team in Venezuela as well, so I do have people there as well, but I don't know how easy it is. I heard it's easier now and it shouldn't be a problem, and tourism is really promoted, and especially like the islands like Isla Margarita, it's tourism, so it's usually easy to travel to, and also even to go on the road. So like the travel influencers I'm talking about, they were doing road trips, you know, they were not even flying so much from A to B. So I do think it's possible, but I would probably rather still wait a little bit and meet the woman maybe in Colombia. Caracas is possible if you stay in, I don't know, a Hilton hotel, for example, and then we make the meetings there. That would be possible. As I said, Isla Margarita, but it's probably more better if you do it in the border towns so that she can meet you there. Or she can fly to Bogota, or she can fly to Cartagena, you know, like Caracas, Bogota is possible. So that would be a possibility, maybe meeting her in Bogota then. How about featuring ladies that are in their 50s, Mario? That is a good idea. We should do that. Good advice. Good comment. Is there such a thing as too much cologne on a man at the socials? Not really. Shay, not really. The women love cologne. More cologne, the better. Also, every date, use cologne. Really, it's a game changer for you. That's one of the tips that is the most easy how you can change the game is using cologne. Smelling nice, have a nice t-shirt on, and use great cologne and be neat. You know, like cologne, not even neat, not even the t-shirt. The cologne is very important. I'm worried that women might look at me different because I was born in Guatemala. I don't think so, Rodolfo. I mean, there are preferences for everybody, right? So I cannot say, because we have to contact the woman, but we have a lot of men with Latino background. And so be it in born or being a child of immigrant, etc. So no, and we also have Mexicans that date. We have Argentinians that sometimes date here. So no, I don't think you're going to have a problem. It's often even like, you know, it's more like people are used to that look. So I don't think that is necessarily a disadvantage. Do you speak some Spanish, Rodolfo? No, I'm not involved with the Argentina tour coming up. That is Anna. You can reach out. I think you have Anna's contact, right? If not, I can send it to you so that you reach out. We have the Argentinian tour in October, I think. But no, I'm not running that one. That is Anna. Let me see if you have any other questions. If not, let me see what I have on my list here today. I think we have one interview that I haven't shown you. Yes, so let's show the interview of Jennifer, and then I will be back with the last comments for tonight and your questions. So Jennifer, 226511.
Caballeros, hoy estamos con Jennifer. Su ID es 226511. Jennifer, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿tú cómo estás?
Súper bien, me encanta verte por acá. Cuéntanos, ¿es tu primera vez en evento? ¿Has venido antes?
Es mi primera vez en el evento y me encantó mucho la compañía de las chicas de hoy.
Ay, qué chévere, me encanta. Jennifer, cuéntanos un poco sobre ti. ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿A qué te dedicas? ¿Qué te gusta hacer en tus tiempos libres?
Tengo 22 años, me encanta el senderismo, me gusta mucho nadar, hace rato no lo hago, pero me encanta. Estudié técnico en peluquería, a eso me dedico en este momento, estoy en un salón aprendiendo para ser mejor y aprender más.
Me encanta. Bueno, cuéntanos sobre esos hobbies al aire libre, ¿te gusta o eres más de campo, de ciudad?
No, me encanta la montaña, mil veces.
Qué rico, ¿cierto?
Ay, sí. Conectar con la naturaleza.
Sí, totalmente. Bueno, Jenny, vamos a hacer unas preguntas sorpresa. Veamos.
Sí. Bueno, tendré suerte.
¿Quién te ayuda?
Está
dice, ¿qué buscas en la agencia? ¿Cómo sería ese caballero ideal para ti?
Bueno, uso un hombre proveedor. Me encanta que nos podamos motivar entre los dos. Espero en un futuro tener mi propio salón, claramente. Me encanta lo del cabello. Espero encontrar el amor de mi vida, quizás acá, quizás no.
Esperemos que sí. Hay unos caballeros que son increíbles, son súper atentos.
Unos caballeros.
¿Cómo es ese hombre que tú dices, me encantaría un hombre así?
Me encanta que tenga su energía masculina, me encanta eso. Que sepa tratar a una mujer con respeto siempre. Eso sí, me importa.
Totalmente. Bueno, caballeros, recuerden, ella es Jennifer, su ID es 226511. Muchas gracias por venir, nos encanta tenerte por acá.
Ay, a mí me encanta tenerte a ti.
Let me know. You can her ID number in. Oh, my internet connection was a little bit unstable. I hope you could hear me. I said I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to look up her profile, you can go on the website and then just put the ID number in, and then you can see her profile, and there you can see also the ways how to reach out to her. ID number is again 226511. You can go on loveme.com or mediginedating.com, and then you see search by ID, and then you can put the ID in, and then the profile comes up, and then you can write her and reach out to her in case you want that. There were a couple of messages I didn't see of you guys. I'm really sorry. Hello from Montreal, Elvin is saying hi. Sorry, I did not see that message. And I'm also getting back to your email as well. I'm really, really excited. Elvin is going to join Barranquilla in October as well. And the service is awesome. I met my wife here and I'm getting married in July 25th. Mike in Barranquilla. Yes, Mike, I will be there. I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys. And I know it's going to be a super beautiful wedding and very, very, emotional. So yeah, I'm excited. That is 1 month away. 1 month away. So really cool. Get off your butts and book your trip. It's amazing. The stuff works hard for you. And I know it's a little expensive, but well worth every single penny. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Question for Maria. I read there was an Argentina tour in February, but I can't find any videos from it. Did it not happen? Will the first to be the one in October? No, I do think the tour did happen. I think the tour did happen, and I think, but we have not in every. That's maybe you guys. We don't have in every city somebody who's always filming. In Colombia, we always have somebody filming on all of the tours, but not necessarily in all the Peru or Costa Rican or Argentinian tours. But I think there was some footage as well. But I'm not sure. So if not, probably we didn't have somebody who was filming at that moment. But the tour did happen, and also in October that one will happen. So yes. But yeah, not in every tour we always film. So just that you keep that in mind. And if you don't want to be filmed, guys, that's also in Colombia you film and others know, you can just let us know. We're going to film the socials and the ladies and everything. But if you don't want to be in the picture, don't worry, you can let us know. Okay. So I think we're getting to the end of the night tonight, and I have some questions from you guys about the Elite Club. So I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the Elite Club is our executive program, and it's very successful, and it's my favorite one because you can easily do it in the beginning from home, which I think is lovely because you can just do, we're going to do video calls in the beginning, and you're going to do that for a couple of weeks. So you can just, at any convenient time for you of the day, of the evening, we organize a virtual date, and then we're going to vet out the candidates, so we're going to, every week, we vet them out and get to know them and vet them out and get to know them and repeat and repeat and repeat with the ones that we liked, and it's going to be, You have video call hours included, you have the meetings included, you have translation included, 8 hours per day while you are in the country. You have a personal assistant included. You get weekly Zoom calls with me. We connect and look at your dating process every week, where you are at, what you're doing. Some of the video calls I translate. Most of the video calls I have a translator that works closely with you, and we check back, as I said, like every day and every week where you are at and what we're doing. We're going to suggest, profiles. You get recommended women from us that we personally know. It takes not only 1 week, it takes 3 to 4 months. And just a great experience. You usually travel, meet the final matches, which really match your criteria. Most of the men that do the elite club tell me like, oh, how can I know I love them all? Like, I love them all, but I like them all and I could marry them all. What should I do? Because the matches are usually great and the men are super excited. The women are super excited. You get a lot of help. All the cultural things we're talking about. We give you a lot of advice before, while, and even after the program. It's just, like we work very closely together. So you get a lot of good advice. It goes very deep and it's just very fun. So, and as I said, it's very convenient because you can do it from home. And then when you're ready to travel, we arrange everything. Everything will be taken care of. You have the airport pickup included as well. The only thing which is not included is the hotel and the flight, so that you keep that in mind. But even translation, video calls, corresponding credits, everything is included. You can pay 2 payments as well. The first one is when you start, and the other one 8 weeks, 10 weeks later when you travel. So it's very, like friendly to pay as well. And so if you have any questions about the Elite Club and how we're doing that and how we would work together, let me know so that I can back to you and explain it a little bit better. But it's a really great program. So you guys, and I hope you're going to join. If you're not wanting to join the Elite Club, that you join us in one of our next upcoming tours. The next one is Barranquilla in 3 weeks. It's on the 9th of July, which is very, very soon, 9th of July. And then we have Medellin very soon after on the 13th of August. Okay, so get ready for Barranquilla in July, Medellin, August. 2 amazing cities, 2 different experiences. So I hope you can join us on one of the tours. And if you cannot make it on none of them, then you have a last chance in October with Barranquilla, and then we don't have any more tours for the rest of the year in Colombia. There's still, as we talked about, Argentina and other tours. Costa Rica, Peru is also coming up. Costa Rica in July and Peru in October. And so, there are more tours coming. But for Colombia, it's Barranquilla next month, Medellin in August. We still have spots left, so you can still sign up. And I'm very, very excited to meet you there and see you guys. Also, good luck to everybody on the World Cup in 2 weeks when I'm back. We still have World Cup in 2 weeks on the 8th. We're going to be in the semifinals or something like that. So that's going to be great. We're going to see, hopefully it's Colombia. Hopefully it's Colombia, US in the finals. Imagine that. That would be really cool. Obviously, I also want to be Germany somewhere there. But we will see. And so, you guys, I hope you have a lovely week, a lovely start in the summer, a lovely World Cup. And I see you in 2 weeks. And don't forget about the dating. Reach out to us and hopefully see you in Barranquilla, in Medellin, in Cartagena, in any of our cities here in Colombia. I'm very excited, and have a really good evening, everybody. Bye-bye from Colombia.
Buenas noches, caballeros. Hoy estamos con Jessica, ID 208722. Jessica, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, estoy súper bien, Ana. Feliz de estar aquí acompañándolos en el primer evento del año.
Sí, ese es nuestro primer evento. ¿Es tu primer evento? ¿Has venido antes?
No, es mi segundo evento
Ok.
y estuve aquí, si no estoy mal, en el 2022.
Ok.
Hacía mucho tiempo que no estaba por acá.
¿Y cómo te sientes esta vez? ¿Qué expectativas tienes?
Bueno,
Cuéntame.
no, estoy súper contenta de volverlos a visitar. La expectativa yo creo que todas tenemos, Ana, y es de encontrar la pareja ideal, el
Sí.
compañero ideal, que pueda estar pues con nosotros y que empiece como una linda historia de amor a
Claro.
partir de este momento.
Así es. Bueno, Jessica, cuéntanos un poco sobre ti. ¿Tienes hijos? ¿Cuántos años tienes? ¿Qué te gusta hacer? ¿A qué te dedicas?
Bueno, tengo 36 años y vivo sola con mi hijo, somos un núcleo familiar muy pequeño, mi hijo tiene 11 años.
Ok.
Él estudia y yo me desempeño como comercial independiente para estar a tiempo completo con mi hijo.
Ok, súper.
Entonces es como un modelo muy tradicional acá en Colombia, que es la mamá independiente con sus micronegocios.
Sí.
Y ya.
Súper
Para-
emprendedora.
Sí,
Me
sí, la
encanta.
verdad es que sí. De hecho, este año empecé marca de café
Sí.
y estoy con todo el rollo del café.
Ay, qué rico, café colombiano.
Sí, señora.
Bueno, Jessy, vamos a hacer unas preguntitas sorpresa que tenemos por acá.
Claro que sí.
Vamos a revolver esto. Saquemos la primera pregunta.
Ay, Jesús.
Veamos qué es. Que te la leo. Bueno, Jessy, la primera pregunta es, ¿qué aportarías a un matrimonio?
Jesús. Bueno, no, creo que dentro de un matrimonio se aporta, además de cariño, amor, fidelidad, el tiempo y la dedicación. Es el compromiso de uno saber que todos los planes son con mi pareja y que la proyección no es de manera individual, sino familiar en pro de ese futuro que queremos vivir.
Para construir juntos.
Como para construir ese proyecto de vida.
Ok.
Entonces, pues muchas veces somos como el eslabón débil económicamente, pero somos el eslabón fuerte en cuanto a amor, afecto, principios, unión
Sí.
familiar y ese impulso que necesitan todos los hombres.
Claro que sí, y más nosotros como mujeres colombianas que somos muy amorosas, muy románticas, me encanta.
Sí.
Vamos por la segunda preguntita.
Vale. Una, listo.
Listo. Dice, ¿qué detalles no materiales le darías a tu futuro esposo?
Bueno, una sorpresa en su cumpleaños, como celebrarle sorpresivamente su cumpleaños, visitarlo a la salida del trabajo con una cita, un postre, algo que a él le encante, sorprenderlo todos los días cuando llegue a casa. Sí, sea.
Veo que eres
como-
súper romántica.
Sí,
Me
sí.
encanta, qué linda. Vamos por nuestra última pregunta. ¿Listo? Dice, ¿a qué sitio irías a vivir una aventura?
Al mar, definitivamente. El mar me encanta y ojalá esos mares de Tailandia que son tan
Espectaculares.
exóticos. Yo me iría a ver otros tipos de mares diferentes a los que ya conocemos acá en Colombia.
Sí, sí, me
Sí.
encanta, me encanta. El mar es delicioso, vivir esa experiencia en la playa,
En el
relajada.
ya, pues como en esos barcos en donde uno
Sí.
alquila como el tour para poder ir en yate a través de esas piedras.
¿Te gusta todo ese tema de navegar, todo eso?
Sí, digamos que intento caretear.
Ok.
Sí, muy beginners con mi hijo, o sea, muy
Ok.
inicial, pero amamos mucho el plan del mar. Me parece
Qué
que
lindo.
es muy lindo, sí.
Bueno, caballeros, recuerden, ella es Jessica, su número de ID es 208722 y esperamos que pases una noche deliciosa.
Muchas gracias, Ana, por el tiempo.
A
¿Listo?
ti.
Adiós.